Hello, ladies. I hope that you are excited. We are live on our webinar, and tonight is all about how to grow your salon bookings. So, if you've just joined us, I know that it sometimes takes like a minute or two for people to join. I'm just going to allow 1 or 2 minutes before I get started. So, if you're joining me, please come and say hello in the comment section. On my side, it's this side, but I think on your side, it's that side. Please come and introduce yourself. Tell me where you're joining from, and also what kind of salon do you have. Tonight is all about you, beauty boss lady. I salute you for taking the time and not doing Netflix and chill, because guess what? We all could have done Netflix and chill tonight, but you showed up because it means that you are serious about changing your business, growing your business, and taking it full hands in terms of being the steering of the driver of this boat to drive it into the right direction. And I want to make sure that for the next hour, I'm going to give you massive value, but that I'm also going to coach you and direct you in terms of what does your salon need. So I'm going to be teaching you my 5-step booked out blueprint. And that basically means is how to book out your beauty business. So if you're joining us, I see a few people are saying, Natasha, hello, good evening. Charlie's saying, excited to be here. Suzette says, hello, everyone. Summer also says, good evening. Natasha says, from Cape Town, I have a nail and aesthetic business from home. And Lorette's also saying, hi. Welcome and congratulations for joining me on tonight's webinar. We've got 3 minutes into the webinar, but I want to make sure that I give all of you the most of me. So let's make a deal. I just first want to make sure that you can hear me clearly, because if you can't hear me, then there's no use of just watching me, because nothing's going to come in. So I just want to first check, can you hear me clearly? If you can see me every now and again, that's also fine, because sometimes internet connection dips right now, but I just want to make sure that you can see me clearly. If you can, please just come and let me know. And then next thing, just what I've done on my side is please put your phone on silence, put it on do not disturb actually, because this is your time. I know most of my beauty bosses, you are a mommy, you are a wife, you are a caretaker, everybody depends on you, and if you don't do it, the world is going to fall apart. But I want to ask you for the next hour, make yourself available for you, for me, myself, and I. But that's basically for you, because your future depends on it. We cannot do something half-baked. We either need to fully commit and make sure that we're fully here. And that's where I also know that you can get most amounts of value, and that what I've got to share would actually land on your side. Because I've been a culprit joining webinars, and especially in my mentorship programs that I've got. I sign up for a lot of mentorship programs every year, because for me, growth is really important. My business will only grow as much as what I grow. And then sometimes I find myself that I'm so distracted. There's a lot of things going on. And then before I know it, I'm actually not paying attention. And I don't want the same to happen for you. So let's make sure that we commit the next hour to one another. So I'm going to make sure that this is jam-packed for you. I just want to see everybody saying they can hear me loud and clear. Tanika saying, I'm joining from Rustenburg. My mom and I own a skincare and aesthetic salon where we do all kinds of facials, waxing, makeup, body treatments. Shirley saying, I'm from Joburg doing aesthetics and permanent makeup. Natasha says, can you hear loud and clear? And Tanika says, yes. Someone also says yes. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So let's get started. So today, how to get the most amount of it is interact. I usually say the more that you participate, the more you're going to learn. What you put in is what you're going to get out. So if you're not going to put anything in and you're just going to tell yourself, let's just see what this lady's got to say, I'm going to invite you to please rather go Netflix and chill, because I'm here for you. I used to have these webinars at very large scales. I used to run them where I had thousands of people joining me on webinars, and it was just too much. So I've decided to rather start doing very small, intimate webinars where I can actually answer your questions that you've got, because that's the only way that I can really help, is by answering the burning desires. It's going to help you take you from this level to that level. So interact, because this session is literally for you. As I already said, I could have Netflix and chilled. Like tonight is one of those nights that I would love, not just to have one glass of wine, but maybe 2 glasses of wine, because it's been a hectic day. It's been jam-packed, and I'm sure that you also have those days every now and again, but I'm committing my time to you and really want to give you value, but also make a difference in your beauty business. The next thing is please come ask your questions. Your questions is what I'll be answering. This is a live coaching call. This is a live educational webinar where I don't just have a presentation. I'm going to teach you my blueprints, but I also want to make sure that I understand what are you struggling with, because there's things that I've learned in my business over a long period of time, and I forgot what I find just normal. Like I do it as of like brushing my teeth. And sometimes it's hard for me to also know what I need to be teaching you. So it might be the struggles that you're facing, might be struggles that I faced years ago, and I might not even know about that. So please come ask your questions, because I'm here to help you. And I know sometimes people feel silly in asking questions, but don't feel silly, because you'll feel sillier by not resolving those questions, and the pain that it would cause would be much bigger than feeling silly and just needing to humble yourself by asking a simple question. And then please take a bunch of notes. If you use a notepad, if you use a tablet, if you use a notebook, if you use your phone, you can use electronic devices, but just keep them on do not disturb. Okay. So let me quickly just see if everybody's still here. Just want to see who else is joining. Amor is joining us from Boxburg. Hi, Amor. Nice to have you here. I have a laser and beauty salon. And then Selma home base in Harton Estate, a lash brow and waxing studio. Okay. So what I want to start with is by asking a question. So we are all beauty bosses, right? We can agree with that. We all are here because we've got an existing business, an existing salon, existing image consulting agency, anything in the beauty umbrella. This webinar is not for people who still want to open it. We are all business owners. Okay, so one of the reasons why we started a beauty business is actually two things. Number one, we want to make a difference. And number two, we also want to be financially free. So that's why I'm going to just address the monkey in the room and the white elephant. You'll get to see me and get to know me. I'm a very direct person. I've just personally believed and also professionally believed that that's the best way of how you can deal business in an ethical way and also help people. I don't like beating around the bush. So if you are not somebody that likes direct and honest feedback, this is not going to be a webinar for you. I'm somebody that's direct. And while I'm on that, I also want to remind you that I'm a human being. I sometimes fumble over my words, especially when I have a lot of webinars and a lot of coaching. Sometimes my voice takes strain and I have to cough. So I'm just going to apologize for that up front. If I fumble through my words or my pronunciation is wrong or something like that, I also get to a point where I've utilized my entire vocabulary for that day, but I still show up because I want to give you the best value. So please just excuse me. It happens every now and again, but the aim here and the intention here is to give you your answers that you need. Okay, but coming back to revenue. So revenue is important because that gives us life. It's a resource. With that, we can buy a phone. We can buy our minutes. We can engage with clients. We can actually take care of ourselves. We can take care of our family. But most important, in business, we need to understand what revenue is all about. And unless we discuss the monkey in the room, that our business needs to make revenue in order to be sustainable, it's not something that's going to solve itself. So I know that we're on the blueprint of how to get a booked out calendar, but we need to understand what your revenue looks like. So I want to ask you a question to please come in the comment section. And I know it's a very personal question, but guess what? This is about business. We all have business and we've got the same thing in mind, that we want to have a sustainable business. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Number one, and write this down for yourself and then please come to the comment sections. What is your average revenue that you've earned over the past 6 months? Question number 1. Question number 2, how much do you want to be earning? Like, what's that desire, that dream, that reality that you want to bring into fruition? And number 3, what's the gap? So let me give you an example. The average that you could be earning at the moment in terms of revenue could be, let's say, 10 or 15,000 Rand. but your desire and how much you want to be earning is 100,000 Rand in revenue, so then your gap is 85,000 Rand if you earn 15,000 Rand a month. So that's scenario one. It could also be your average right now is that you're earning 80,000 Rand in revenue per month for your business. You want to grow to 250,000 Rand in revenue. So that means 250 minus 80,000 Rand is, I'm not good with math. Let me quickly work that out. 250,000 Rand. I said to you guys, like, I'm also human. I also use a calculator, 170,000 Rand difference. So please come to the comment section. Let me just get a gauge in the room. Like, how much do you want to be earning? Okay, so Natasha says, average at the moment is 25,000 Rand, but would like to make more. Okay, but I'm going to quickly tell you, Natasha, lady to lady, boss lady to boss lady. Do you know what the problem with that is? Is that if you don't have clarity, you don't know what you're working against. So how do you have a measuring stick whether you're on track or off track? I did actually a post the other day. If you guys watch my social media, I do a lot of videos, and I do it because I really want to add value to you. So if you need to have sometimes a little bit of pep talk about what to do in your business, please go to my social media and just go like a few posts, because I do quite a lot of videos, not because I like my own voice, it's just because I've got a lot to share. So the problem that you've got, Natasha, is that if you say to yourself, I'd like to earn more, how much is more? Is more 10,000 Rand? Is it 100,000 Rand? Is it 5 million Rand? Like, you don't know what you don't know. So specificity is incredibly important when we run a beauty business. Now, you're on this webinar because you know that there's a skills gap. So I need to obviously help you with that. So Amor says, average revenue, Amor, I love your specificity. You earn between 20 and 25,000 Rand. And minimum that you want to be making is 50, so your gap is 25K. Very easy, quick to have a look at those numbers. Lorette says 40,000 Rand, like to go up to 100,000 Rand, and my gap is 60,000 Rand. Lorette, now that you've got the numbers, I'm going to help you exactly with that. Someone says average 10,000 Rand, I would like to make 20 to 25, so my gap is 15,000. Natasha says I'd like to at least 60,000. Thanks, Natasha. Lady high five for you. So that means that your gap is 35,000 Rand. Now, why do I mention this? Like, I know we all want to have this Hawaii holiday, sip cocktails, etc. But you know what? The only reality is the reality of your bank balance and the reality of your revenue. Now, a lot of people say to you, oh, but that's doom and gloom. But it shouldn't be. It should actually help you to aspire to know where you're growing. And the thing is I've learned, so let me tell you a little story. And I talk a lot. If you guys give me a mic, I'll talk up until the next century. It's just because I'm so passionate about what I do, and I really want to help female entrepreneurs because I believe that there's a massive gap. But let me tell you a little bit of a story about myself. So I started my permanent makeup salon, my official, when it was opened in, I had a webinar the other day. So officially I've got 2 dates. Officially when I started it, and officially when I worked in it full time. So I've basically got 2 start dates. But in any case, so I started officially in 2019. I did my certification years before that. But as the time went by, I lost track of why I did this. And I also lost track of what sort of numbers I want to make. And then what happened for me is I attended a coaching session, because I already said to you guys, like, I do a lot of mentorship and coaching because I believe in learning a lot of skills. And the question was also asked there, how much do you want to be earning? And I wrote down a ridiculous number, like a ridiculous number. So do you want me to share with you what the ridiculous amount was? If you want me to come share with you, I'll also be a little bit vulnerable with you. But if you want me to share with you, you can come to the comments and say, please share. But in any case, so I shared this ridiculous number. And then what happened, I forgot about that. I really forgot. I just said, listen, I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to work towards it, etc. And then when I did some journaling, because I am a firm believer of journaling, I did a journal of where the business was. And that number, like, got me so flabbergasted. because I realized I achieved the number that I set out to do. And it was a ridiculous number. It really was. And I just learned the value of really the specificity of having like a goal or a dream or something to aspire to for your revenue. Because guess what? If I didn't write it down, I wouldn't have known that it's actually a real desire, number one. Number two, I wouldn't have known whether it's possible. And number three, I wouldn't have been able to measure it. And last but not least, I wouldn't have been able to celebrate it. Okay. So Tanika says, please share. Okay. So at that point in stage, when I started my salon, I grew my salon to 100,000 Rand in revenue, literally in 4 months since I started it. So I was used to that sort of number. Like that for me was a good number. And then I said, well, what else do I do to push myself? And I wrote down, I still wrote down in dollars. I wrote down $25,000. I said to myself, like, I need to challenge myself. I need to also ask myself, like, how can I do what is impossible that's never been done before? Because I'm somebody like that. I like to do things that's never been done. And the only reason I do that is because I never know what should be a standard. I never like to compare myself with people around me because it feels like it's going to put you at a ceiling level. And then how do you know what's really reality and what you are able to achieve? And literally from the time that I wrote down $25,000, so by that time it's still the same sort of, let me work that out. How much was it back then? 400,000 Rand in revenue per month. So now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, damn, Candice, how did you do that? Because it was very early on in my career. But the problem with that is it a problem? The problem with that is that if you don't believe in your heart that you can actually achieve it, then it's a massive problem. But what happened for me is I achieved it because I set that number. And unconsciously, what started happening for me is I learned skills, I built team, I built salons because I had multiple salons that I started growing. So all of my behaviors, my actions, and my decisions followed because it was almost like I made a commitment towards myself to say, Candice, you earn this amount now, but this is where you want to grow. And that's what I've learned in beauty businesses and also coaching people is that you really need to get clear on this number. So even after the session, go have a little chat to yourself. You can pour yourself a glass of wine, or if it's a cup of hot cocoa, or if it's whatever it is, have a real me conversation to ask yourself, like, really, what does that mean? And if you consider looking the numbers that you have right now and it's a little bit low, go write them down again for yourself, because there's really a lot of value in understanding where do you want to go. Because let's face it, this sort of business is there to give you freedom. It's there to give you lifestyle freedom, financial freedom, and also to make a good income, but also to feel great about yourself. And therefore, sometimes money is also connected to it. It's not the beginning and the end of it all. We want to have a great service that we provide. We want to also have a healthy lifestyle. Like, not everything's about work. We want to also have great relationships in our life. So, but if your business works, it gives you a lot of resources to enjoy your life a lot better. Okay. So before I move on to the presentation, I also want to remind you, if you stay right till the end, then I'm going to give you my 45 ways to find clients. It's a downloadable workbook that I've done for some of my students, but you can get it for free if you stay right to the end. I also have a very special competition that I have to announce. If you stay right to the end, I'm going to pick a lucky winner, and you're going to win one of my courses. And then also remind you, please stay present, because that's going to ultimately help you. Okay. So again, just coming back who this is for. So specifically, if you're on this webinar, this is for salon owners, people in permanent makeup and makeup artists, both of you, hairstylists, lash and brow artists, nail and skin therapists, beauty service providers, image consultants, photographers, anybody that's basically in the beauty business. This is training that was built for you. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a second serious conversation or question. Like, why did you start this business? What was your dream? Come to the comment section. Please tell me, what was your dream? Like, what caused you wanting to start this business? Was it a desire to get rid of your boss? Because I know a lot of people have been there. Is it because you want to make a difference? Is it because you love making people feel beautiful? Is it independence? Is it somebody that told you you can't and you said you're going to prove them right? What is that dream for you? I'd really love to know. So please come to the comment section and tell me, what is your why? What is your why for starting this business and why did you start it? I'd really love to know. Let's quickly have a look here. Lizelle says, I just launched. I would like to earn 35,000 Rand to 50,000 Rand in the next 6 to 10 months. Fist pump to you, Lizelle. I'm looking forward to getting great results from you. Shirley says, making people feel comfortable with themselves. Shirley, that's a massive problem that we're solving in our industries. I love that. Lorette says, independence at real purpose. Lorette, I personally believe, you don't have to share this belief, but I am an open book. I share quite a lot of my beliefs and opinions and values. Just my philosophies of how I go about life in sessions like this, and hopefully it resonates with you. But I believe that women need to have a lot more independence, not to prove to men that we don't need them, but to prove to ourselves that we're worthy and that we're reliable towards ourselves. I think in our predated eras, before we were alive, a lot of women outsource their dependency on people around them, specifically their kids, their husbands, their families, etc. But we also have worth, meaning, and purpose in life. And I really believe that the best way of leading the best life in your life is to have purpose and independence in who you are. Independence in your personality, your character, your traits, your purpose in life. And that's what I mean, independence. I don't mean independence like to prove men a point, because I don't believe in that whatsoever. I believe that we need to have independence in who we are. Our value and our mission and dream and passion is not associated to our let's say to our husbands or to our family or to our kids, because I believe that is also when we start losing ourselves. We need to be more of who we are and how God created us to be, so that we can be of more value to those around us. So I believe that there's really a big shift, and that's why having a beauty business is really all about that. We're here to help women see their own independence, see their own worth, see their own value, but in a healthy way, not in a chauvinistic, if you are a man, or in a feminist way. It's in a healthy way, because we need to believe in ourselves and also carry ourselves with elegance and beauty, etc., etc. So you guys already know me. It's like, if you give me a mic, I'll go off on a tangent. But I hope that you guys understand what I mean by that. So I really love what you're saying, Lorette. You're on the right track. Natasha says, my dream was to make people feel good about themselves and walk out feeling better than ever, as well as be an entrepreneur. Natasha, yes. Like, if you sign up being an entrepreneur, you should also know that you're signing up to grow continuously. There's never a day that you would never be challenged, you would never grow, or that you would give up. Like, you're made from different cloth when you are a beauty entrepreneur or a beauty boss. So I think that you have that vision front and center is something that will keep on motivating you, and also not just do that, but inspire you to become a better version of yourself, because your clients actually depend on you. Amor says that started when I was 19, gave me independence and proved myself wrong because I didn't have faith in myself. And you know, most of us share that story. A lot of people don't know that about me, because I think that I've got a lot of confidence and I'm great to talk to. I speak freely, but I didn't have this. Like, as a little girl in school, I suffered a lot from not feeling worthy. I was very quiet. I didn't believe in myself. I was my family environment was chaotic. There's a lot to share, and I'm sure that some of you also have that. And I just saw like what confidence can do to you, and how it can really get you to the ground. And it feels like you sometimes can't wake up and stand up from the ground. And I just said that I'm going to be the difference that I was seeking. So I needed to learn skills. I needed to really learn how to be brave. I needed to learn how to be courageous. I needed to learn to do things even though I feel that I'm not equipped to do that, but only tell myself I don't have the skill yet. So signing up to becoming a beauty boss, you also, I'm going to salute you because I know that you're on the same path as what I am. You are doing this against all odds. And for that, I really, really salute you because it's showing to yourself that you actually can do that. So I salute you for that. Lizelle says, I wanted to build a business that aligns with my faith, values, and family life. I love helping women feeling confident and beautiful, and I wanted to create a peaceful space where my clients feel cared for and like they are my only clients. I love that, Lizelle. That is really great that you've got that as well. In my other webinars for people who want to start a permanent makeup salon, I'll also speak about that, giving a client a boutique experience. So Lizelle, you're definitely on the right track. Tanika says, my mom was in the industry for almost 30 years, and if not already, I basically grew up in the industry and love seeing the difference in women's faces, but not just that, in their happiness after they see their results. Love to help women feel amazing in who they are. Guys, you are going to make me emotional. Like, this is what I live for. I absolutely live for what you guys also stand for. It's like, this is girl talk on another level because the world really needs you. The world needs you so much to make a difference. It's a hard place and a harsh place that we live in. And a lot of women lose themselves along the line. And that is why beauty is not vanity. It's actually really soul food because that's how we were designed to be. So it's great to see like-minded entrepreneurs also on this. Someone says, to have a little bit more flexibility for my kids and at the same time do something I like. Many times women who lay on my table are moms who never get a break. And when they are on my bed, it's a source of relaxation they get, and that's what I love. Absolutely. Selma, it's like we are therapists of highest degree. Because have you seen like how much people share with you? Sometimes it's too much information, right? But they share it because they know, like, and trust you. And that's a huge obligation and also a huge responsibility to treat our clients with care. So that is my dream come true. Hope for independence. After 4 years, things don't look good for me. Suzette, we want to salute you for being brave, courageous, and also taking a step in your right direction because there's clients out there that need you. And I'm going to teach you on this webinar on how to get more of those clients. Don't give up, Suzette. We've got your back. And Lizelle says, and also to have managed my time and be more present with my family. Yeah, that's a major thing, I think, for all of us. Tanika says, how I feel about it now, confident, but sometimes it's exhausting. The chance, I'm being more of an introvert. Tanika, I know. It's like there were days that I remember, like I had 13 PMU procedures after one another. It's like, it's a lot. And then when I get home, it's like, I don't want to see my phone. I don't want to speak to my partner. I don't want to speak to my son. I don't want to actually even hear the TV. It's like, I don't want to hear anybody's voices except my own, just to be in that solitude. So I know sometimes it is harsh and it is hard on us. But what a privilege to be tired of the work that we dreamed of having, as opposed to being tired because we're not living up to our full potential. So, Tanika, I hope that just gives you a little bit of appreciation for how far you've come. Amal says, how I feel about it now is truly proud of myself. Always thought it was just not a salesperson or people's person, and today I'm a completely different person to how I was in business than when I was 19. Natasha says, we often turn into therapists for our clients when they need someone to talk to when we will listen. It is absolutely like that. And I think when we are in the beauty industry, we get to learn more about that. And I've seen that consistently from makeup artists to permanent makeup artists to nail technicians to lash artists. We all share that in common. And that you've got that is exactly why we are here. In cases like Suzette and also Tanette, we sometimes have late nights, quiet diaries, and worried minds. But I think the thing that we sometimes feel less control over is having quiet diaries. And that's why we're obviously here. So when I started really wanting to make a difference. I wanted to help people. I wanted to see as many clients as what I possibly can. And because I've had other business experience, this is not my first business. I've had other businesses, specifically in coaching. I've done in training. I've done in sales and marketing. So I have quite a bit of experience when it comes to business. So I've used all of those skills to actually help me have a thriving salon. And what I've learned is that we don't have enough business skills as beauty bosses. We really don't. When you start a accounting business and you just learn the technical skills, nobody teaches you how to run a business. If you are a somatologist, they teach you in beauty school how to be a somatologist, the technician side of it, but nobody teaches you the business skills. And over and over and over in my entire lifetime, I've seen that not a lot of people have business skills, and that's also why we're here. So you can decide whether your dream is going to fail on you just because you are failing to learn those skills, or if you're going to just identify that if you're feeling worried and stressed because your calendar is not full enough, all that I'm going to do is learn skills. And that's why we're also here. So that's why I say talent alone will never fill your diary. Like I know, like in the beauty industry, and if you have fallen for this, I just need to take a quick sip. You can agree with me that you thought that the best way of getting more money or more revenue is actually doing another course, right? If you've fallen for that, please come to the comment section and tell me you've done that. Whether if you're a permanent makeup artist or if you are an image photographer, thought about doing another course and that helped you, like learning another technical skill, either doing lash or brow laminations or lash extensions or facials or massages. Please just come on, be honest with me, because I've been there. I shared that with Lizelle the other day when I had your coaching call. I said to you, I also did something like that. So if you've been in that scenario where you thought, all that I'm going to do is I'm going to learn another skill and how to provide another service, and you thought that that would give you more revenue and more fully booked calendar, please come tell me. I see Lizelle says very true. John Marie says, yes, I keep feeling I need to get more skills. Amor says, I've done that. I've done courses and got certificates in 15 different treatments. Natasha says, all the courses have taught me is more skill than business knowledge. Exactly. So ladies, if there's only one thing that you learned from me tonight, is that you don't need more technical skills. You don't need to have more talent. You need business skills. You don't need to have more money and spend in your furniture and aesthetics and anything like that. You don't need to do more courses where you can learn more skills and more procedures. Please don't do the guru trends and, oh, but lip lash is now the trend, or scar camouflage is the trend, or wispy lashes is the trend, or anything like that. Please don't fall short for that and don't fall for that. I have a personal philosophy that I lead my life by. If I want to have a goal, no, when I have a goal, I will only take advice from people that's done what I want to do. For instance, if you want to go earn and make 5 million Rand and get that into your bank account, will you go ask the janitor or the guy at McDonald's that serves and makes your Big Macs, will you go ask them how to make 5 million Rand? Or will you go to the person that shows you and that says, listen, I've made 5 million Rand in X amount of time, come and learn from me? Which one are you going to learn from? You're going to learn from somebody that's done it before. And that's why I've also said, like, I need to make myself more available. There's been years that I have closed myself off for further education, training, etc., because I've had to build my businesses. I've also spent a lot of personal development in my team, grown them. We've got over 10 salons that's owned by me. That's my own salons. And I had to invest a lot of time and energy into my team. So I didn't make myself available for these webinars in the longest period of time. But I also know that our industry needs this. Our industry really needs business skills. Our industry needs coaches and mentors who can teach you exactly what you need in a salon-based business, in a beauty business. because I've looked far and wide. I don't get mentors or any coaches or any training programs or any books that's specifically related to beauty business, like the philosophy of business. How do we create bookings? How do we do finance? How do we recruit staff? Like those sorts of things, because our industry is very different. We don't work the same as plumbers. We don't work the same as brick builders or project owners. We don't work the same as fleet businesses. Our business is very, very different. Our businesses are built from heart and purpose, and that means our businesses run differently, they grow differently, they smell differently, and they look differently. And that's why I also, not because I want to brag about this, but just because I want to tell you that you're on the right path of walking a path with me. I've done this already. I've grown over of my team, of my own salons, with my own money, my own time. I don't have investors that's invested in me. I don't have a freebie just like you, where you've put in blood, sweat, and tears and a lot of elbow grease to grow this. And that's why I said I want to really make a difference in this industry, because I know how hard it is. And that's why I'm here for you tonight. Okay. So coming back to this, if there's nothing else that you learned from this session, is that I don't want to tell you to do another treatment course. I want to tell you, you need to learn more business skills. And that's why I'm here. So when I started my business back in the day, my beauty business specifically, I took a risk on myself. And that's what I've seen all of you've done. You've really taken a very big risk on yourself. But when I started, I had analysis paralysis, because I'm not from the beauty industry. My industry is sales, marketing, it's tech. It's a whole bunch of other things that in some ways it was client facing, but I didn't understand this beauty industry. So when I officially started my first salon, I remember like I had a look at the people in the area, and then it was like, oh my word, I've got a lot of people who's got in excess of 25 years of experience. And I said to myself, well, Candice, what are you going to do about this? Are you going to lowball yourself and tell yourself you can't do this and give yourself 101 reasons why you can't be successful? Or will you give yourself the challenge to step up and do things that you've never done before and that the industry has never done before, but that you prove yourself to be different, but that you can still provide world-class services? Because the only difference between we want to be, is the decision to make and say, I'm just going to learn skills that I don't have yet. And I made a personal commitment to myself. I became relentless with learning skills. I became relentless of becoming the best rated salon in that area, regardless if I had people that were specialists for more than 25 years. And you know what, ladies, I did that literally within 1 year. Now you can do that too, because I know what's going on in your mind. I know that you're telling yourself, well, you know, we've got so many service providers, we've got so many people in this industry already, it's so competitive, like the only way I can compete is having a low price. Guess what? It is not the way. I've learned in my business, and if you, Lisa, I think you attended my webinar for permanent makeup salons. What I learned is that the higher you price, the more bookings you get and the more people value your service. So if you had this myth in your own mind that you need to compete on price, I'm going to say, you need to increase your price, and I want to teach you how to do that. So beauty schools teach you that you need to have 20 different treatments on your service menu, because that's how you become successful. But what I want to teach you is that you need to become a specialist in understanding how to be a beauty boss, because that's what's going to help you to grow your business, not more technical skills. Okay, so now I've spoken like a lot. I see that we've still got 20 more minutes left, and I would just quickly want to come here, just quickly have a look at some comments. I see Natasha says, all the courses have taught me is I need more business knowledge. Charlie says, one thing I've learned because of that mistake is to niche down and specialize in one thing. Charlie, you and I, we need to go for a glass of wine, because that's exactly what you need to do. Salma, me and my clients say, please offer this and I go do the course. Salma, please don't do that. You are going to be committing yourself for doing technical courses instead of learning the right skills. Okay, you really like what Shirley says, you need to niche down and you need to become a specialist. Then Suzette says, absolutely, I agree, more business skills is my answer. Lizelle says, agree, mentorship is definitely what I needed and I don't need to be a course addict. Okay, Natasha, thank you so much. My question to you, ladies, what are you struggling with? I need just one word in the chat. Quiet diary, not enough leads, clients ghosting you, undercharging, no clear plan, or burnout. Come tell me what it is so that I can give you some advice of what you need to do. I see Natasha says undercharging, burnout, and no clear plan. Natasha, that's to the point. Undercharging means that you are going to burn yourself out because it means that you just literally need to open your calendar for more and more bookings instead of where you become a lot more scarce. So it means that you are working harder for less money. And I see a lot of ladies like this where they quit their jobs and they get less money because guess what? You think, oh, if I just earn 30,000 Rand in my business, then I'm going to be able to cover all my bills. But then you haven't equated that you've got stock to pay, you've got rent, you've got salaries, you've got all of that jazz that you left with less money than when you were employed, right? So it requires us to do different kind of math. And then before you know it, it's burnout because you just don't know what you don't know. You don't have enough time to actually sit in coaching sessions like these to actually tell you, listen, this is what we need, right? Amor says, one word, I could say all of the above, but mainly a quiet character. Quiet diary. Amor, I actually want to say you're quite a character. I'm enjoying you. Thank you for your enthusiasm and thank you for your participation. Sunay says burnout. Lizelle says visibility. Okay, so I'm sure that says not enough leads from your side. Selma says mainly quiet diary and not enough leads. Okay. John Marie says undercharging, not enough bookings. Lodovika says undercharging. Sorry, my area doesn't allow me to raise my prices. Don't believe you, but I'll challenge you on this just now. Sunay says quiet diary. Suzette says quiet weekdays, overbooked Fridays and Saturdays. Okay. So ladies, I'm going to share a little bit of insight. Like what I've said, it's like I love sharing my own stories because that happened to me. So when I started in the year 2019. I started with doing permanent makeup. I only did permanent makeup, brows, lips, and eyeliner. Let me quickly take a sip. And I got myself to over 100,000 in revenue, not because I lowered my prices, but because I increased my prices and because I had scarcity. Before I knew it, like I had an influx of people that wanted to book with me, but the soonest that I could help people was like 6 to 8 weeks in advance. So I understand the problem that most salon owners have with Fridays and Saturdays, but your problem is more not that's your availability, it's just because your strategy is not working. Okay, so I charged 3,000 Rand for brows in the area. The people were charging between 2,200 and 5,000 Rand. What I said is I'm going to charge more, and that actually got me to more bookings. And let me tell you why I'm telling you this. So, who loves Apple products? I'm a fan of Apple products. Like I've got an iPhone. I never used to have an iPhone. I thought it's for very snobbish people. But I started having tech issues where it started failing on me. And then I decided I'm going to take the plunge and I'm going to go buy an Apple. So what happened is I started understanding what Apple's philosophy is all about. When you go there, it stings the heck out of you. When you buy a laptop, it stings you till 2050. Why does it sting and how does your behavior change? You appreciate this thing more than what you appreciate your wedding ring. You appreciate this little precious thing more than the lingerie that you bought. You appreciate this more than the card that you bump next to the person next to you. Okay? I know that I'm being a little bit facetious and I know that I'm exaggerating, or we really do, right? When you pay for something that stings, you value it. You take care of it. It's precious to you. You don't want anybody to take it away because you've worked damn hard to earn that money, and therefore it's nobody else's except for yours. Another example is going to a very special restaurants where instead of paying 120 Rand for a hamburger, you pay 500 Rand for a hamburger. I've never been to a place, but I hope that you get my analogy. You will have a far better experience. You'll take a lot of photos. You'll dress up. You'll do your makeup different. You'll have fresh hair. You'll have paparazzi there taking a lot of photos. Not because you're spending more money. It's because you appreciate the experience a lot more. So I hope that I've helped you to see things in a very different way, that it's not about charging less. It's about creating an experience. But when clients pay a higher premium, they appreciate the experience even more. So I hope that settles in just a little bit. So John Marie saying I'm charging, you don't have enough bookings, is because you're not charging enough. It's not stinging people enough, okay? Summer says, Apple for the win. Natasha says, one day I'll get myself a MacBook, right? We all dream of that. Like, it's something that we dream. And I must tell you, like, I bought my laptop in 2018. So it's now 8 years ago. And my laptop has not given me a day of issues. I used to have an HP before this. I bought it. And a few months in, I already had issues, and I just said, like, I don't want to do that. So I've paid a premium price. I look after it with my entire heart, yes, but it's also not faulted on me. So you guys also need to remember, if you want to charge a higher price, we need to deliver a greater service, okay? So client calendars have patterns. It's not because you are undercharging. It's not because you're not good enough. It's not because your area is quiet. It means that you're just not creating enough demand. And there's a skill to learn from that. Okay. So ladies, I want to show you a real example. So out of tonight, you get to choose which scenario do you want to be in. Now, I know everybody that's here is basically from different services, different areas, different regions, etc. But I just want to paint a picture. Scenario number one is you've got a low-end service. Your average service value is 200 Rand. People in this industry are nails, massages, brow wax and tints, things like that. You need to ask yourself, and if you don't know this number, what is your average value for your services? Now, how do I work this out? Let me quickly just give you a calculation. Please write this down so you can do this after my session. You need to take your revenue. So let me take, let me quickly just go to Natasha. Your average revenue is 25,000 Rand a month, right? If you take 25,000 Rand, divide by the amount of appointments that you had, okay? So let's say, for instance, Natasha, I'm just going to thumbs up. I don't have this consultation with you. So let's say 25,000 Rand, and you had 50 appointments. That would give you an average of 500 Rand service value, average service value. Or in other words, average appointment value. If, Natasha, you had 25,000 Rand and you had 100 appointments, that would mean that your average appointment value would be 250 Rand, okay? Does it make sense to everyone? Okay, so to get this number, this average service value is take the amount of your average revenue, divide by the amount of appointments that you had for that month, and that will give you the average value. So you can, out of this session, learn, do you want to be in scenario number one, where you've got 200 Rand service value, 900 Rand service value, or 2,000 Rand service value? And let me show you how this looks. There's so many things that's hand in hand aligned to this. If you considered yourself being low end, you need to undercut yourself, undervalue yourself, you're going to find yourself not getting enough bookings and not a lot of bookings. So that means on average about 20 bookings. Means one booking a day, you're going to be getting about 4,000 Rand in revenue per month. If you want to go for a medium range, on average 40 bookings, you're going to look at about 36,000 Rand in revenue. If you want to go for a premium service and you aim for having 2,000 Rand average appointment values with 100 bookings, you can be looking at 200,000 Rand in revenue. Now, you know, ask me, Candice, well, how do I get there? Well, first, Beauty Boss, you have to decide, are you low, medium, or high? Please come to the comment section. Tell me, in which category would you describe yourself? Are you entry level, like here, this blue range? Are you mid-range, medium levels, like you're not too hot, not too cold? Or do you consider yourself premium range? Like, the numbers doesn't need to make sense to you right now, but what do you consider yourself? Like, in which range are you? Sune says medium. Thank you, Sune, sorry. Who else? In what range do you find yourself? Are you entry, medium, or premium? Natasha says mid. Tinaka says mid-range. Selma says entry level. Lorette says premium. Suzette says medium. Nomangu says medium. Charlie says mid-range. Okay, so ladies, you've got the decision that you want to make. If you are entry level, your next step is to go to mid-range. How do you do that? You want to be focusing on higher value service appointments and make sure that you get more bookings. Higher appointment value with higher amounts of bookings will give you a higher revenue. It's a very easy equation and a very simple calculation to make. If you're on mid-range at the moment, you want to jump to premium range, meaning that you want to increase the average amount or average appointment value, and you will also increase the amount of bookings, which will then increase your monthly revenue. Okay. If you just, again, number two, if there's one thing that you remember or two things that you remember from this webinar is how do you do this calculation for yourself? Go do this calculation. We've already started with in the beginning, what's your average revenue at this point in stage? Then I asked you, what is your dream revenue that you want to do? Now what you're going to do is, ask yourself, what's my average appointment value? And that is where the key secret lies and how to get you there. But I'm going to go through a few key characteristics and what can you do here. So if you look at your revenue, if you are entry level, and this is for you just to consider, you're looking at 182 Rand per day. Like, you are earning less than a casual blue collar worker. Is that what you want to be? No. If you're mid-range with these sort of numbers, you're looking at 1,600 Rand per day. If you're a premium range, you're looking at 9,000 Rand a day. Now, let me tell you, I always want to be at the high end. Why? Because I've got high expectations for myself. I've got a high and massive dream, but I also want to make sure that I spend my time worthwhile and I want to lead a full life. If you really commit and you go lady balls to the wall with being courageous and taking risks in yourself and growing this beauty business of yours, you also want to get the reward. You want to go buy yourself the clothes or do the jubilee makeover, like what we all dream of. Like my friend told me the other day for her 50th, she's booked herself for a session. I'm like, I am envious. I also want that. Like, we want to have lifestyle. We want to be able to buy our kids what they want. We want to go on that luxurious holiday as a result of the hard work that we've put in. And the only way we can do that is by earning more money in our business so that we can have more freedom. And in turn, we're able to provide a higher premium service to our clients. Like, I can tell you, in my experience, the more revenue I've earned in my salon, the more it's done for me, the more I've done for my clients. And it's become this really beautiful wave of like synchronicities and also equilibrium of it's a win-win going both ways. So at one point in time, also did the calculations. I was earning more than a doctor per hour. I'm saying, I was looking at myself like, damn, that is quite serious. Like, a doctor has to go study for 7 years to get a certificate so that they can see patients. But I was earning an hour rate more than a doctor, and it really took me aback. But it helped me to understand reality. Where do I want to fit? And you've got the same decision to make. Do you want to be at the low end? Do you want to be at the medium range? Or do you want to go premium? Because premium is where really the true freedom and independence lie for you, beauty boss. Okay. Then some client relations. This is really just to help you understand and to navigate answering this question for yourself. Client relations, when you are very low end, it's transactional. People don't connect with you and they go somewhere else. Whereas mid-range, relationship-based, moderate loyalty, and you get some referrals. Whereas premium, you get high loyalty, waitlist, and strong referrals. It just works like that. The higher you price, the more referrals you get, the stronger your relationships. Then typical services, so basic cuts, single process cuts, or walk-ins. Whereas, so this is like a hair sort of industry. Whereas if you do medium range, it will be more balayage, treatments, packages, and repeat clients. Or if you've got premium, it would be more luxury treatments, VIP packages, etc. Okay. Skill level, you also need to increase your technical skill level. Obviously, you can't be doing a certificate today and tomorrow you think like your premium. Your skill and your service delivery also needs to equivalent exactly what you're charging. So entry level, intermediate, and master. So in that, you also need to invest in yourself. So I'm not telling you to not increase the technical skills that you've got. I'm not telling you to improve the services that you've got. I am telling you it is also a direct relation to improving your skill, your service delivery, and provide a world-class service, which will ultimately also provide you and position you as a premium brand. But I'm telling you, don't go do more entry-level courses that's going to make you think to earn more. You need to think like a real entrepreneur, and you need to strategize about that. Okay. Then marketing and brand positioning. So how clients find you, word of mouth and foot traffic. So if you're entry-level, if you're mid-range, social media, Google reviews, and before and after content. And then when you are a premium brand, it's personal brand, content strategy, and niche authority, meaning that you actually stand for something. One of you actually said, I needed to learn how to become more niche. You're on the right track. Okay. Then brand positioning. So number one is affordable. Like we've already discussed this. Apple's not seen as affordable. It's seen as a luxury brand, and it's exclusive. Like there's a waiting list. There's a long list for you to get there. I'm also seeing like I've run out of time. Let's please see how many slides do I still have left. Okay, I still have 10 more slides. I need to go through this very quickly because I want to make sure that I use the most amount of time and that I can teach you. Okay, so please, let's give it another 10, 15 minutes. Let me quickly get permission. Ladies, is it okay? Can we do 10, 15 minutes more? Is that okay? Can we do that? Yes? No? Let's quickly see. I'm just going to wait. I'm seeing some questions. Lorraine says payment plans and memberships. Charlie says, how would you promote the business in a totally new location? I have systems in place to run ads for leads, but the leads never convert and waste leads. Okay, Charlie, that's a great. Okay, thank you for everybody's permission. I really appreciate it. So let me continue. I'm going to answer the questions just now. So again, coming back to this, you can take screenshots of this. It's to help you, and this is to also answer these questions. So 5 questions I want you to ask yourself. Where do I sit in this table right now? Where do I want to be in 12 months? What skills do I need to learn to move up? What do you need to do, and what investments do you need to make in yourself to differentiate yourself? And who's your ideal clients, and how are you going to attract them? Really, really important for you to get to know what are you going to do here. I quickly just need to stop sharing because I see that my slide has frozen. So just give me a quick moment. I quickly just want to go back to where I need to be. Present. Let's do this again. Share my screen. Okay, here we go. So, ladies, let me introduce to you our 5-step booked out blueprint. I know that I've given you a lot of value. If you need to take some screenshots, because I am going to run through this very quickly. This is how I've grown my salons. and making well over R1 million a month growing these salons. So started with 100,000 Rand. We've grown our salons. I want you to do exactly the same. I'm going to teach you my methods, my blueprints, because what I've learned is that this recipe works. It didn't just work with one. It didn't just work with two. It worked with over 15 and everybody that I've helped to also grow their salons. So number one, you need to know your number. We've already started diving into that. Number two, you need to understand what is a beauty boss lady mindset. Your mindset will determine whether you're going to be a great success and make a great success of this or not. You're going to get to decide that. Then you need to understand how to get more clients. Number four, get more bookings. And number five is you need to feed the boss. Feed the boss with some good, nothing on the screen. My screen's gray. Oh, everybody's saying they can't see. Okay, let me stop sharing. Let me put that also, same green screen. Okay. Let me quickly just do this again. Let's see, share. Okay, let's see, ladies, can you see my screen now? Let me just wait for you. I just want to confirm, can you see 5 points not on the screen? Okay, can you see my screen now? I've just reshared. 5 points not on the screen. Oh, no, man. Nope, not yet. Okay, can you see me? Not? Oh, dear. Let me stop sharing again. Nobody can see me. Oh, my soul. Technology. Okay, let me see. Nothing at all. Okay, you guys can hear me at least. So let's try and just change the camera settings. Can you guys see me now? Let me just see if you can see me now. I'm just going to wait for that just to see if you guys can see me. Yes. Okay, I'm on the right track. Now what I'm going to do is let me come share my screen with you. And now please have a look. Can you see me? And can you see my screen? Yay! Okay, we've solved that. Thank you very much. So if you want to go take a screenshot, you're welcome to go do this. So this is my 5-step formula of how I've grown my salons to be booked out. So step number one, you need to know your number. We've already discussed this. You need to understand your monthly target, your average service value, and what is your client capacity. Number two is you need to understand mindset. If you're not working on your mindset each and every day and you're not working in your business is not going to feed you with the right direction and the right mindset. So you need to decide to think like a CEO. You need to act like a CEO, and you need to make adjustments in your business like a CEO. I know that our dream is very emotional. We've made this decision because we want to make a difference, but our business needs a left brain, very linear. It needs processes, and our mindset needs to back that at all times. For instance, I usually say to my mentees that sign up for my coaching courses is that if you believe your business is not going to do well, guess what? Your business is not going to do well. If you believe that you provide a great quality service, then your business is going to create a great quality service. Like, it's really just that important to have a great mindset. Number three is you need to get more clients. So some of you said that you need to have help with leads, become more visible, build trust, sell the outcome. And ultimately, what I want to show you in this one is you need to learn how to sell the problem to your clients. A lot of you just have a price and a service list menu, and then you just tell my clients, oh, I provide acrylic nails. I used this as a previous example where I said to my attendees is that if you solve one of my biggest problems, and you, for instance, tell me you can give me nails that don't lift, don't crack, and won't chip for at least 3 weeks, guess what a loyal client you will have? Because that is solving a real problem. But just having my nails done doesn't solve a problem. That's just giving a service. But if you solve and you start orientating yourself, what problem do I solve? You also start getting something that we call in the marketing realm is unique selling proposition. A unique selling proposition means that I solve a problem, I stand out from the people around me, and therefore I don't have to compete on pricing. I hope that you've heard that, because unfortunately you can't put me on repeat for this. Number 4, if you've got that ready and right, you're now ready to convert more bookings. So I know that somebody said that you've got your systems for setting up conversion. If you are not getting, if you're getting enough leads, but you're not getting bookings, it means that your message is not clear. You're not able to actually help them understand what their problem is, and you don't have a guided step. Here, getting bookings and turning inquiries into bookings is a process. You need to follow this process meticulously. Okay. And then last one is feeding the boss. So what I said to you a little bit earlier is that if you want to really know how to grow your business, you need to grow yourself first. Your business will be a reflection on the skills and your mindset that you have. If you don't constantly grow yourself with positivity, with business skills, with understanding how to improve your business will reflect that you don't have those skills. So if you want to have more profits, you need to understand what is coming in and what must stay for your month-end expenses. You need to grow the business skills that nobody has taught you yet. You cannot expect different results if you don't learn different skills. And then last but not least, what I say to everyone is you need to reinvest some turnover and a percentage into yourself. So in my business, I reinvest 15% each and every month in skill, training, mentorship, marketing, everything that's going to grow my business. If I don't invest that 15%, I know that it's going to stale down and it's not going to keep on growing. And I want to really leave you not just with that last thought, but I want that to sink in. Does it sink in that in order for your business to grow, you need to invest more time, more energy, more skill, and all of that? Not another course. That's not the answer. The answer is not another technical skill. The answer is not another resource. The answer is, as a beauty boss and as an entrepreneur, I need to invest in myself. I need to learn the right skill, the business skill. I need to go on a mentorship program. I need to buy that business book. I need to do courses and seminars. I need to purchase leads. I need to spend money on marketing in the right avenues. And that is when you start thinking about your business as a boss. So today, you have a decision to make. I know that I've mentioned a lot of things. I've taught you a lot of things that's on my heart, and I wish I could have these sessions for 50 years on end, because there's so much that I would love to teach you and what you need to have in your business to grow it. But today you get to decide. Do you go for the hope, the pray and spray marketing philosophy, or do you choose the path of building? It's a path of challenges. It's a path of saying to myself, I don't have the skill yet. I'm going to learn that. Or what are you going to do? Because your outcome is going to look different. Hope is going to be, I hope I earn more money. Building is like, I know I want to earn 200,000 Rand in revenue, and that's how I'm going to get there. So which decision do you make? Are you going to rather build, or are you going to hope? Because you get to choose at the end of the day. Okay. With that, I'm going to come answer your questions just now. But before I do, I've decided last month that I'm going to start doing mentorship programs more affordable, because my mentorship programs is over 10,000 Rand. I charge, if you want to enroll with me and you want me to work with you to grow your salons, I charge over 10,000 Rand a month. And I only have space for 3 people. It's been fully occupied. I don't have more space for it. But I have a heart of wanting to help female entrepreneurs. My heart has really got a very special place. And if you've ever been to an interview with me, if you've ever watched a webinar, if you've ever done one of my courses, you would know that there's 3 things that I have a vision for. Number one, the beauty industry needs less cattiness. I want to change this. I really, really believe that everybody has a lot of skill, a lot of purpose, and there's plenty full of clients that you can make a unique difference. So I don't believe in cattiness, but I believe in sisterhood. If we all feel a little bit more supported, we'll be able to provide a better service to our clients and also changing this industry. Number two is my female business entrepreneurs and beauty entrepreneurs need more business skills. I've really seen this over and over. Even when I did my certification back here years and years ago, during my process of growing and starting to teach, I actually phoned those people and asked them, is your business also booming? And all of them closed down. And I really realized that if you don't have business skills, your business is not having the best opportunity for growth. So I want to really make a difference. And number three is I know what this business has done for me. I also know how it feels to stress about money and not knowing where tomorrow comes from. And I really want to help you. So if you've joined me and you're up until this point, I'm going to introduce two very affordable prices to you. If you cannot afford this and you don't want to invest your business, then I'm going to tell you, you and I are not a good fit for one another. And I hope that you had a lot of value, not because of this or that. It's really, I personally spend thousands and hundreds of thousands of rand on my own mentorship and also to learn every month and to learn every year, because that's the only way that my business will healthily grow. And therefore, I've decided to make something to you. Something that's affordable that you can afford. So you can go one or two ways, or you can do both. My first one is 179 Rand. It usually is about 2,000 Rand. What you do there, it's 5 days for a challenge. We start next week, Monday. And I'm going to teach you the 5-step process that I've just taught you. How to get more clients, how to get your number, how to get more leads, how to feed your mindset, how to get more bookings, and then lastly, how to feed the boss so that it becomes a sustainable business. That you pay 179 Rand, it's once off, and it's your processes to learn exactly what I've done for all of my salons. Or if you want to do my monthly subscription, it's a little bit different. There we've got 7 pillars. Those 7 pillars is mindset, it's education on bookings, marketing, leads, referrals, how to grow your team members, and how to run finances. Those 7 pillars are pillars that I've implemented in my business over a long period of time to keep me sustainable. That I also have a live coaching session once a month. So the two offers are very different. The one is just a once-off for 5 days, and the other one is a continuous membership. There's the 7 pillars, and each of 7 pillars has 12 modules. That's the sort of thing to help you to grow and also keep you accountable for growth for the remainder of not just only this year, but for your life cycle in your salon. So if you believe that you really want to grow, you have to invest the money. This is really cheap, like really, really cheap, just because I want to make it affordable to you. But again, on the monthly subscription, you get a live coaching call. It is usually the first Wednesday of the month, 6 p.m., because I know that you can't attend it during the week. You can't attend it during the day, so I've made it also accessible to you. That's where you can come ask your questions. I've got a lot of cancellations. I've got no shows. I'm not getting conversion on my leads. How do I do that? So those are the 2 offers. You can go and scan each of those. You can sign up for both of them. You can sign up for either of them. You can also sign up for no of them and just implement what I've taught you. But I really hope that I get to spend more time with you so that I can teach you more, because there's a lot more to say. Okay. So now I've got some questions that I'm going to answer for you. Okay. Let me take a sip. What questions do you have? Let's quickly see. Let's quickly say build all the time. I'm going to say it's difficult to scan the QR codes as I'm on the phone, but we'd love to do offer 1 and 2. Okay, so what I'll do for you is I'll just send you, would you mind to just send me a WhatsApp? You've got my WhatsApp number. I'll quickly just send that to you. Selma, also, I think you've got my WhatsApp number. Please just send me a message and I'll quickly send you both of the links. I'll also send you an email. Natasha says I'm having connection problems. Oh dear. Can you guys see me? Back on. Okay, Natasha, great to have you back on. So what questions do you have? How can I help you? Do you need pricing, bookings, your next move? What can I help you with? And while I wait for you to come post your questions, I've got a few ones that's asked here. Amor says, how do you get to premium after you've done your prices and your current clients are paying that? I don't want to scare away my current loyal clients. Oh, Amor, I love this question. I just absolutely love it. Okay, so here's the deal. So let's say, for instance, you've got 50 clients and you've just done your price list. You're gonna have a chat to them because obviously these clients are gonna come to you. And you're gonna tell each one of them, girl, I've got a brand new vision. Because guess what? If you share this with your clients, they're gonna be excited. They're gonna feel like they're part of your growth. And you're gonna tell them, I know that I've been offering you a great service. I've been loyal, you've been loyal, but it's ready for me to go to the next level. So I am going to increase my prices by this date. If you want to, I can give you the price that you currently pay for the next 6 months, but you have to pay up front. How does that sound? Okay. Amor, I hope that I've given you a great opportunity, because what that actually does, it gives you upfront money to invest in your business and to grow to the next level. You've purchased loyalty from your clients. You've given them a win-win, but you also have a win-win because now you can increase the experience in premium brand. And they also know that you're going to be charging a premium brand. I know also what goes on in most of my beauty bosses is that you personally believe that if I increase my price, I'm going to lose clients. Yes, you are going to lose the cheapskate clients. You are also going to lose the clients who's always naysayers, always late, always reschedule at the last minute, and always have a lot to say about your work ethic, your quality, etc. Those are the energy vampires. So it's a great way to also get rid of the clients that you don't want anymore. And please don't tell them I said so, because I'm going to deny that, just because this is some inside salon chat. But Amor, I hope that really helps, because I've seen in my businesses, if we charge low prices, we get the clients who want to have the absolute world and pay peanuts. So you're going to see, you're going to get a lot more clients where your service to them is going to sting when they pay you, but they're going to show up. They're not going to cancel last minute, and they're going to damn well appreciate your service. So more, I hope that answers your question. Shani says, how would you promote the business in a totally new location? I do have systems in place to run 4 ads, but the leads never convert. Okay. So if I'm in a new location, I'll also teach this in my program, my 5-day challenge, and also my membership, how to price for profit. But I'll give you an overview. What you do is you go research the top 3 people. And if you are in a large metropolitan area, go research the 5 top industry providers, how much they charge, all of them, and who are top raters. So let's say, for instance, your average then becomes, if you have a look at those 5 people, and let's say, for instance, it's brows. What the average brows in your region might be, let's say it's 2,000 Rand. What I do is I charge a little bit higher. I charge 2,500 Rand. And then what I do is I run a promotion. For the first 10 people, I give 500 Rand off, which basically means that there's scarcity, there's urgency. It feels like a premium price, but they also pay a lower price. So I hope that Charlie has given you a great opportunity. But if you do want to learn how to do it to the T, you can just sign up for the 5-day challenge. Okay, let's quickly see. Amor asked premium. Okay, I've answered that question. Amor, I don't have your WhatsApp number. Okay, so let me quickly just look at what is my WhatsApp number. Because I don't know what it is. Let me quickly do this. So 060 019 7884. There we go, ladies. That is my WhatsApp number for the Academy, 060 019 7884. So please send me a WhatsApp. Just tell me what you need, and I'll send that to you. Okay. Sunay says, are you hosting to announce the winner of the PMU course? The PMU course, I've already announced the winner 2 weeks ago, but I am going to announce a winner for another course of mine. So thank you for asking that. I'll announce that in a short little bit. Lizelle says, what would you do if you were starting your business today with a beautiful salon, social media, and a very few clients? Lizelle? In your case, just because I've got a little bit of background, I would go premium all the way. If I start out and I just say, listen, I don't want to, I'm scared because I'm new in this transition. I'm going to say to myself, I want to go lady balls to the wall. I don't want to go lowballing myself on prices. So I would go and have a look at what services can I provide. I'll have a look if I'm in a metropolitan area or if I'm more in a suburban. If I'm in a metropolitan area, I know that I can charge higher prices. If I'm not in the metropolitan area, I would most likely hire and rent a place in the metropolitan area, because it means there's more demand, more clients, and people will travel at least 2 to 3 hours to you to provide that service. So that makes the cost of your net and clients so much bigger. So Lizelle, if I were you, that's what I would do. Okay. If you need more information and you need more help, again, you'll need to sign up for either the challenge or otherwise the mentorship. Lizelle, specifically for you, I think actually the membership. John Marie says, I saw someone mentioning payment plans for clients. I'm curious if you do this and how do you implement it? Okay. So John Marie, let's say payment clients. Okay. Payments for clients can work one or two ways. If you, let's say, for instance, do permanent makeup or high-end aesthetics, like let's say, for instance, if you sell laser hair removal packages, people have 15,000 Rand or 10,000 Rand lying around. I'm going to tell you because we've got multiple salons and we have people taking out 10 or 15,000 Rand for laser packages or for microneedling sessions. But if you believe that you can get more clients, then I would not suggest you personally offering this to your clients. I would rather sign up for something like, there is Inkfin is one of them. Inkfin is basically like a loan house, and a loan house where people go and apply for credit at them. And then what they can do is that that Inkfin basically pays you after you've rendered the service, and then they pay Inkfin over a period of time. So that's one thing that you can do. And then there's also MobiCredit is another one. I quickly just want to Google the other name. Pay over 4 sessions. I actually just want to go Google this because we had a look at doing this. There's a service offering PayFlex and Pay Just Now. So those are basically places that you can go to. You can present your business. And what happens is they basically give you a payment portal where people pay them over 4 increments and they pay you directly. So I would not suggest to give your clients and finance payment plans. I would rather outsource that with accredited service provider. Less risk for you and just also more credibility. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, Natasha says, how do you force certain policies, like when a client shows up with a kid and your policy says no kids and extra guests? Oh my goodness, Natasha. I've had this so many times. So here's it. Okay, so in my policy, I just say no cancellations or reschedules within 24 hours. Okay, if the clients reschedule or cancel, we say to them that the deposit that you've already paid, you will miss out on. You're also going to need to pay the money that you would have paid us now and for a new booking before we see you. But because we've got waiting lists and also high value services and amazing raving 5-star reviews, our clients say, oh my goodness, that is burning. And then all the issues and issues that they had is that they will actually come show up. So they're not going to waste your time. So, but I know that's not answering your question. But people showing up with kids, I just explain to them when they come in, listen, I'm not a nanny service. So you're going to have to pay me for today's service. I provide a high quality aesthetic service. If you want to get a nanny service, you're welcome to go have a look on Google for nanny services, but I can't provide you with a great quality service and still have you take care of your kids. So either one or two things. Either you phone somebody to come collect your kid now, or alternatively, you pay me for my time now because I provide a professional service. It's not an add-on for nanny service, and then you can come back. And that's easy as that. Some people don't like it. Good for them. Some people do understand it. Good for you. That's just the way it is. Business needs to become a little bit more linear. I do understand that we've got a heart of service, but the best way of how we provide a great quality service is by doing that for our clients. Okay. The QR code's up again. Okay, let me do that for you, Salma. There's the QR codes. So QR codes, so we quickly just see if it works on my phone. I think it does. I'm just quickly testing that out. Yeah, it works on my side. So if you just scan the QR code, or otherwise if you want to take a screenshot, you're also welcome to do that. The screenshot will also give you the opportunity to go click on the QR codes. Let's quickly just see. Also, thank you. I appreciate it. Next question would be marketing. I absolutely hate meta ads. I've spent thousands and I haven't made a cent. Then bookings, I have my loyal clients, but I have a lot of clients that don't feel urgency. They feel like rescheduling, canceling. I've added. Okay. So Amor, marketing ads. Okay. I teach marketing specifically in my mentorship. My membership. It is a very specialized service. It took me years to learn. I teach you baby steps on how to do that. And I know when you've spent thousands on marketing and you haven't seen a great result, all that you need to learn is how to do it the right way. I personally run all of our ads for all of our salons, and it's worked great. If I spend 10,000 Rand on advertising, we make 100,000 Rand in revenue, if not more. That's the way marketing is supposed to work. It works on numbers. So if you want to learn from me or more, I'm going to give you that. I can't teach you in a few minutes how to do that, but I would love to have the opportunity to teach you. When it comes to reschedule, again, that is just about enforcing your policies. If you have been a little bit flexible, you have to make a commitment towards yourself to say no more. I'm prepared to rather lose 10 clients than keep on losing 10 appointments a month, which gets me to 120 appointments lost a year. So you're just going to need to have to do that for yourself, okay? It's about drawing lines of responsibility and boundaries, sticking to that, and the boundaries will actually respect you and clients will start respecting you more as well. Lizelle says, thank you so much, Candice. This is really informative. Natasha, you say your signal keeps on cutting out. I'm sorry, I know every now and again this also happens as a result of just the time that we're doing this webinar. So ladies, with that, it was an absolute pleasure serving you tonight. I hope that I gave you a lot of value. I would really have loved to give you more value to the degree and to the max, but our time is limited. I hope that I see you on one of my courses. This is business courses. This is not technical training, it's business. Either 5-day booked out or otherwise the monthly subscription where I'll see you on a monthly session as well. I'll send all of you an email with these links as well. But just one final word of advice. You started this for a reason because you want to make a difference. Your choice now is, will you step up to the next level so that you can make a bigger difference? Or will you let the world eat you alive because you just don't have that skills yet, and the people that you meant to change their lives will miss out on you? And that's a sad story. I just don't want you to be in that story. This industry has boomed. It's grown. It's an industry that's going to stay for the rest of our lives and even our generations afterwards. I've seen the numbers year in, year out. There's massive, not just only money to be made, but there's massive changes to be made in this industry. And if I can help, and if I can get a community of female entrepreneurs that can hold hands with me to make this industry great, we're not just only going to have a sisterhood of people really making a difference, but we're also going to have clients appreciate our service even more. Because let's face it, the people that's fly by nights that do a 5,000 Rand nail course and start from home-based business, not wanting to have a sustainable business, they all ruin our industry. But the way that we change that is by being the change. And being the change is providing a professional service to our clients, charging the rates that becomes sustainable for our business, so that it's not just only us in the business, but that we also employ more team members to become more sustainable. Because life eventualities happen. We get sick, we have kids, we get carpal tunnel, things like that. But we need to start thinking, how do I build a business that's sustainable, not just grow it? And that's when we also change the industry. That's when we change the expectation of how people see our industry. They become more appreciative of the service that we do because we've all taken it up a notch. And I hope that you can join my hands, join forces with me so that we can make this industry great, because it has suffered a little bit, but I hope that we can get that again. Tanika says, when I purchase the 331, are we basically going to start next week, Wednesday, and then once a month after that? Great question. So Tanika, if you join my membership, you get access immediately to all of the 7 pillars and all of the 12 modules immediately. It's like over 100 modules of training what I've implemented in my business. So you get that immediately. You can go through what you need to go through. And on top of that, you also get a live coaching call that you join me once a month, each and every first Wednesday of the month. So first Wednesday would be 1st of July or 1st of August, depending on obviously when you join. And you get to join that with me each and every first Wednesday of the month from 6 p.m. So I hope that answers your question. Natasha says, thank you so much for your knowledge. Really means a lot to me. Charlie says, thank you, Candace. And Suzette says, looking forward to the next session. Suzette, really amazing. Ladies, it was an absolute pleasure to have you here. And with that, I'd also love to announce the winner of my course. So I'll be giving away one of my Book to Art challenge and also the first 3 months of my membership. And let's quickly see who is going to be the winner. I'm going to just pick somebody very random. Let me quickly see who's still on here. I'm going to pick Lizelle. Lizelle, big congratulations. You are the winner of the 5-day Book to Art challenge, as well as the first 3 months free subscription for our membership. I hope that it's going to make a massive difference to you, and big congratulations to all the other lovely ladies. Thank you for your time. Thank you for investing your time. Thank you for participating, and thank you for being what you are and meaning to this industry. I love and leave you with lots of blessings, and I look forward to seeing you on the next session. Bye.